Hello Virgo, welcome. It is time for March general reading for all of our Virgos out there. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This message is for you. So take what works, leave what doesn't. The message is for whoever needs to hear it at this time. So, let's see what's going on. We ask that the messages be for the greatest and highest good for all of our Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs out there. What messages do you have for all of our Virgos, dear universe, for this month of March 2020? Messages for the greatest and highest good. We're just looking for a general overall message, a reading for someone out there. Some Virgo out there. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Alright. Alright, dear universe. Okay, so some of us are definitely avoiding something that needs to happen. It's like we just don't want it to come down. We don't want to deal with it. We would rather keep doing what we're doing rather than walk away. It's going to be all right. I'll figure out how to make this work. Wow, that's pretty heavy, Virgo. That's what I'm getting from you off the top of my head. So yeah, we begin with your overall energy here as this Tower card. And I think the Tower will finally fall when you finally say what it is that you've been wanting to say. And not saying. I mean, I see this here because you've been trying to figure out how to make something work with someone. Your person, your partner, whoever it might be. But I think you've often looked to see what else can we do to make things work. Because I think there's a part of you that says, sometimes it's pretty good. And when it's good, I like it. But then it isn't. So I think this is just how your relationship is. You got one foot in the door, and when it's good, it's great. And then when it's not good, you're ready to walk away. But overall, I think you're at a point where I think you need to say something. Because you've been hurt a lot in this relationship. There may have been somebody else that came into the picture because somebody was being very selfish, doing whatever it is they wanted to do. This is definitely a union we're talking about. And I think it left you, trying to figure out what you should do. So, rather than do anything, you haven't said anything. You've just, kept quiet. But there's a part of you that wants to just walk away from this whole situation because you don't see how it's ever gonna work. And now it's like you just want to feel better again. You know that they still love you, but something's got to change because it can't just keep going the way it is because it's like there's no movement. And there's no movement because whenever you guys start to make any kind of movement, up comes, all the conflict. Yeah, see, somebody really wants to walk away because they don't see this as there's ever going to be a good outcome. You're very anxious about it. And you know that this isn't good for you because you've remained very, very unhappy for quite a while now, Virgo. Quite a while now. Yeah, you don't want to say anything. But you're ready to just be your own person because you just don't know how to turn it around anymore. You just keep waiting and waiting, hoping that something's going to change. It's like you get into a big fight and then they come back and, let's make up and but it's getting harder and harder to pretend that, when you make up, you love that person because this has been going on for a long time. And I think you're just tired of this cycle. And somebody's very selfish. I feel like they're a water sign. Somebody's very selfish. The ego is definitely playing a part in this reading for you, Scorpio. Alright, so let's see. Let's get some cards of advice regarding the spread. Let me see if I can move these cards over a little bit. Yeah, the Nine of Cups, that's a card of ego. That's somebody who, you know, their pride gets in the way of them doing the right thing. But I do see that, you know, you see how toxic this whole dynamic has been. And you've tried making it work. You really have. But somebody ends up getting hurt all the time. And emotions are all over the place. A few of you in March, Virgo could have car issues, just saying, with this Chariot reverse. You might be dealing with a Taurus. Yeah, there's, you guys fight a lot. One person is very demanding. It could be this Empress. But I feel like, you know, you're like two magnets that just aren't clicking, but are rubbing against each other. This King of Swords is being really difficult. And this Empress, I think they just want to build some kind of a relationship, or, you know, maybe try to have a baby. Maybe you guys just had a baby. That's making this all complicated. I feel like there is a child involved, because there is a child here. But the love, well, you guys are just so disconnected right now. So disconnected. And this King of Swords energy, it being reversed, it's like, it's almost like they're out of their head trying to figure out how to please this Empress. It's like they don't know what to do, or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe this Empress doesn't know what it is that's going to make this King of Swords happy. Anyway, any other cards of advice for our Virgos? But something has to change. That you know. It needs to change. It can't continue. You know, because somebody's ready to give up and walk away. We see that twice. Somebody wants to just give up and walk away. Whether that's you or your person. But I just get the sense somebody just throws their hands up and says, I'm out of here. And that's when I think you, Virgo, finally say what it is you need to say. You know, you've been trying to keep things going and balanced, but you saw that this was never going to manifest into smooth waters. This person, somebody is just very, very hard to please. And I think you feel like you made a mistake and you just want to walk away. But you got to say something, you know, because you're holding everything in, not wanting to, you know, speak up. You know, hearts are breaking here. But it's the only way you're going to heal. You got to say something. You got to stand up and say, hey, you know, I can't do this anymore. I've been hurt too much. And then you're left alone. And then more things come out. And I think it just doesn't end with this, you know, like this drama, this cycle. But it's time to heal this pain that you've been feeling with this person. You know, because maybe there's hope, maybe there's not. I don't see it here. You know, I think you just need to be very realistic. Just because, you know, you love somebody doesn't mean you're meant to be together forever. And I think that's your struggle. It's like you wanted this to be forever. And all you want now is to just walk away. So that's where you are this month of March. So I hope this resonated. If it did, that's great. And if it didn't, that's okay. Take what works, leave what doesn't. Yeah. And stay tuned. There'll be more readings. And until then, blessed be. Bye now.